There's nothing new to the struggle for the Jewish people to establish a homeland in the Promised Land. 2,500 years ago, nearly, Nehemiah returned from exile to Jerusalem to help reestablish the community and to rebuild the walls. And as soon as he arrived, he met with sustained and bitter hostility and opposition. In chapter 2 of Nehemiah and verse 10, it says, when Sanballat the Horonite and Tobiah the Ammonite official heard about this, they were very much disturbed that someone had come to promote the welfare of the Israelites. And this opposition went on. As soon as the work began, they began to mock and to intimidate and to plot. And we find that they're trying to distract Nehemiah. They invite him to a conference on the plain of Ono, but Ono, he said, I will not go. I am carrying about a great project and I cannot come down. Why should the work stop? Well, I leave it to go down to you. And then later, the fifth time it says, Sanballat sent his assistant with the same message and gave him a letter that says, it is reported among the nations, and Geshem says it's true, that you and the Jews are plotting a revolt, and therefore you are building the wall. And these reports are that you are about to become their king. So there was a lot of plotting and scheming, deception, intimidation, seeking to undermine the right of the Jewish people to reestablish their homeland and to rebuild the walls of their city and to defend themselves. In Psalm 83 and verse 4, we find these words, which represent a coalition between different nations at the time, Edom, Moab, Amalek, and the Philistines. Come, they say, let us destroy them as a nation. Let the name of Israel be remembered no more. It echoes, or is echoed, in the modern mantras, death to the IDF, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. It's been peppered through history as people have sought to destroy the Jewish people, whether it's all the way back to Pharaoh, whether it's Nebuchadnezzar, whether it was Herod with the slaughter of the innocents, the massacre of Jewish people, the Holocaust, have sought to overthrow them. And still, now they have finally a homeland of their own in the Middle East. There is fierce opposition. In 1897, Theodor Herzl founded the modern political movement of Zionism. The aim was simple: to establish a homeland for the Jewish people in Palestine, a place where they could be secure, where they would not suffer anti-Semitism and the persecutions that it experienced all around the world. God has restored his people to this land. In Ezekiel chapter 37, we see a wonderful picture of a valley of dry bones and the bones coming together until there is